Good morning, everybody. You're watching the morning news on CNN News 18. My name is Aisha Varma. We have a mega exclusive news break coming in right now, and we're heading to that. This is a CNN News 18 mega exclusive news break. The TTP has formed its government in exile. Now, as per the information that we've received, the tehreek-e-taliban Pakistan has announced its new appointments, dividing the outfit into various ministries. These ministries include defense, judiciary, information, political affairs, economic affairs, and education as well. And this also includes a fatwa issuing authority, intelligence, and a department for construction. Now, the so-called defense ministry that the TTP has formed has been headed by Mufti Muzahim, listed on the U.S. State Department designated terror list, and is divided into north and south zones, with the former including Peshawar, Malakand, Mardan, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Hazara Wilaya. And the latter is Dilkhan, Banu, Kohat, and Zog Wilaya. Now, it also includes a special Istishhadi force, a squadron of suicide bombers, as well as 2 operational camps under the Al Farouk Foundation. So this is an alarming development. This is a CNN News 18 mega exclusive that we're bringing you. The basic gist is that the TTP, the tehreek-e-taliban Pakistan, has formed its government in exile. Now, when it comes to the new appointments, dividing the outfit into various ministries, these ministries that they've created are so-called defense ministry, judiciary, information, political affairs, economic affairs, education as well. I'm crossing over to CNN News 18's foreign affairs correspondent Abhishek Jha to tell us more. Abhishek, tell us more about this alarming development. Abhishek, can you hear me? All right, we will try to reestablish that connection with our foreign affairs correspondent. But for right now, as we mentioned, the TTP has formed its government in exile. Now, they've created so-called various ministries, and these are termed as the Defense Ministry, the Judiciary Ministry, the Information Ministry, the Political Affairs Ministry, Economic Affairs Ministry, and the Education Ministry as well. Now, what we also know is that the so-called Defense Ministry that the TTP has formed is headed by Mufti Muzahim, who is also listed on the U.S. State Department designated terror list. We're crossing back over to CNN News 18's foreign affairs correspondent Abhishek Jha. Abhishek, over to you.
So it looks like now TTP is getting more formalized in its approach against Pakistan's own establishment, Pakistan's government. We know that the inception itself of TTP has been against the Pakistan government and the very root. The ideology of TTP has been a very conservative interpretation of Shariat, and they have vision that they will be able to impose their way of Sharia, their way of interpretation of Shariat and the laws based on that in Pakistan. But currently, the area of operation of TTP has been mostly along the line of along Pakistan-Afghanistan border, especially Fatah region, Peshawar, mostly Baloch, and the thing is that in the last few years, there has been various small factions or terrorist groups who have merged with TTP, and that has emboldened its presence across Pakistan and its cadre base. And also, it is getting popularity among those clerics and those conservative populations. So, in a way, TTP is emerging as a major threat as a terrorist network, and also a challenge to Pakistan's government, because it is challenging Pakistan's government. We'll have to see now from here onwards how this proxy government of TTP, which they think they have created with all the minister or the judiciary minister, all the intelligence ministers, how are they going to take on Pakistan's establishment, and how Pakistan is going to, cut down their supplies, or how Pakistan is going to dominate over the area where they're actively engaged, especially in the Pakistan.
Absolutely. Abhishek, this also follows this major alarming development. This also follows a warning that was issued by the TTP earlier this week, correct? Can you also tell us more about that?
So TTP has always, in the last few weeks, if you have to refer, there has been multiple, in fact, dozens of attacks on Pakistan's security forces, where several soldiers have been killed. One of the captain was killed in the area. We have seen how Banu garrison in Pakistan was taken over by TTP militants, and after a lot of negotiations and fighting only, those officers who were taken hostage by TTP militants could be freed. So they have increasingly getting strong in that area. And now we have also seen Pakistan's National Security Council having a meeting recently with all the senior officials of military, government, Prime Minister taking the meeting and then deciding what should be their way forward in dealing with the latest series of militant attacks across the country and the challenges coming from TTP.
All right. Abhishek, thank you so much for joining us and for bringing us those details.